What's up, y'all? Chavis here. So I just wanted to come on here real quick to kind of talk about and shed something that is something very, on something very, just something that I think that should be shedding light on. Um, so if y'all saw YG, dropped a song on Friday or Saturday, something like that. I'm not sure exactly, something like that. And he dropped it. And the song, he was saying some very personal, introspective, trauma that he has gone through, and he's basically him saying how it's affected his mental health. And how he was, throughout his whole life, he was saying how ashamed he is to kind of talk about, like, um, his, his trauma and feelings and all that. How it was a negative, like, yeah, yeah. And I think the reason why I decided to record this is because I think, and I heard this song, like, I was sitting there like, wow, man, like, he isn't the like first artist to, like, talk about, like, trauma, but I just feel like I feel like me recording this should be to record this to shed some, to kind of shed some light. Um, Shed some light on mental health. I truly think that his song here from him, and just kind of other stuff, going on, I feel like right now is a good time for me to come on here and say it is okay, it is perfectly fine to have someone to just, like, let off your trauma. It is perfectly fine to have someone to, like, let off your trauma with, your hardships, your stress. Like, let's say just anything, like, and he's basically saying, yeah, it's okay. Like, have someone to talk to, have a therapist, a friend, of family, someone that you who can kind of, like, turn to. As someone myself who has gone through trauma and, um, mental health issues from the trauma, um, as someone who has gone through that same thing, um, like, as someone who has a very hard time saying how I feel and truly try to explain things that are bothering me, because I don't, like, just don't really feel, like, comfortable with, just sharing myself. But just wanted to come on there and say this, that it is okay to have someone to turn to. It is okay to talk about things that you have gone through. Um, you know, Everyone has gone through something, right? Like, so it's everyone has had issues that they have gone through. Um, they have had things that have bothered them, and they hold it inside. I, I, myself. So, so it is. So everyone has gone through the same shit, is having the same shit. So I just feel like that it's perfectly fine to have someone, or just, just feel free to just say how you feel. Like, I think we have gotten so, we have shot, like, I feel like sometimes when you sit there and say how you feel, I feel like sometimes there's some people, they judge you, and it's so insane though, right? It is so insane. And, because I'm 95% sure those same exact people that judge you or they talk shit, those same exact ones, they have gone through similar shit. So it's like, just like, it's just, but they're trying to fill a void, though, right? So everything's the cycle. But as someone myself who has, has turned to, that has turned to friends, and has turned to friends and all that for certain shit. It is fine. It is perfectly fine to turn to someone, and say, hey, and just say, hey, I don't feel like, myself, or there are certain things that have bothered me. There are certain things that I have gone through, or just something, though, right? So I just kind of wanted to come on here and just kind of say that, because I feel like, as someone who has a channel, I feel like, and the fact he dropped a song, saying the same, he's dropped a song saying, he's gone through trauma, and he's still going through trauma, and there are things that are still bothering him, and from the trauma, like sexual, just the sexual stuff he had gone through, and alcoholism, and losing friends and all that, and just, so I feel like him saying that here on this song sheds some light on everything. So I feel like him dropping that song is important. I feel like shedding light on issues like trauma and mental health and all that. Like, it is so critical. And I feel like with someone like myself who has a channel, I feel like it is not necessarily my job, but I feel like it's kind of, I feel like that I should, come on here and, say, and shed some light on it, saying it is okay. It is absolutely perfectly fine to say you have gone through something. There's some things you've gone through that traumatize you still, and there's things you've gone through that still bother you, and you should absolutely feel free to say that, and say those things, and go talk to someone, and just all of that shit. And I feel like you absolutely should. And I feel like with the fact YG dropped this song, I think that sheds some light, because everyone who has, and by the way, no matter who you are, how strong you are, how strong, how rich you are, how popular, right? I just feel like everyone's gone through something that still bothers them, that they still have to mentally process. Excuse me. They still have to process, and yeah. And I think that it is perfectly fine to say that, hey, I am there. These things bother me, so I'm here to kind of just say that, right? So, with that being said, I hope you guys who saw this, they kind of think the same thing that I do. I hope that someone who has seen this, who is going through something or going through things right now, they see this and they feel like they can turn to someone. They have someone to turn to, and I just hope that they have someone to turn to. So I hope me creating this and the fact me shedding some light on the fact High G song and that whole thing. I seriously hope that someone who sees this feels like they can finally go talk to someone or finally let out how they feel. So I just kind of want to come on here and say that because the world is hectic and life is hectic. So I just wanted to come on here and say that. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate my subscribers, my all of that. So I just wanted to say that, and yeah. So I will see you guys soon. Have a great night, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So subscribe to my channel. I have some cool stuff to come, so subscribe, and I will see you guys soon. Goodbye.